This video covers Family Type and Catalog Editor, which is part of Family Type Manager application. This is a very robust solution to managing your Revit type catalogs. It allows you to, in a click of a button, import in type catalogs into Excel, do data manipulations, push the data back out of Excel, back into Revit, generate Excel files from your type catalogs to share with other people, generate backup files, create default type catalogs, and also for both single default types, multi-default types, and then you can also create new type catalogs and also duplicate Revit families. You create those Revit families with a new name and a matching catalog in case you're doing international families or different manufacturer needs, and also introduces a new concept called master catalogs, which is something we have created utilizing this process of this tool, allowing you to have one catalog to keep track of all your information for historical information, all your different customers all in one location, and then you filter the table and push out the table of filtered data for each particular family. So let's go in here quickly and just show how this thing works. So we're going to import a new catalog. So I'm going to come back in here. Let's just grab a steel catalog right here. And it's going to temporarily open up a notepad file. This allows us to handle all types of international characters, date formats, you name it. It's all populated. This information appears. You have a whole command bar of all tools and features in place here, including an instruction sheet, copy rows, delete rows, add suffix and prefix to any of your columns of text or data, search, find, and replace, remove filters, convert between Revit 2010 to 2020 or 2021 to current. So take old catalogs, make them new, make new catalogs, make them old. It works bi-directional. Run also error checking to verify that everything is correct and clean in regard to compliance for importing into Revit or database systems. So what we're going to do here is, obviously, you can come back in here and select your elements, make your changes. And then if I want to create and let's modify this first, then we'll go ahead and do the process real quick here. So I'm just going to go ahead and add a prefix value right here to these. So we'll go ahead and just do an add prefix. Let's do add prefix. I'm going to go ahead and pick the items to modify. We'll just grab those, and you can also pick partial if you want. So maybe we'll just, as an example, we'll just pick some of these, and my prefix for BIM for BIM modular. And now everything's been updated accordingly for that. Let's go back out here, make more changes, duplicate everything. You can make your Excel file. Do you want to include default type column, yes or no? Say, in this case, no, we don't. And you can now save a file here under C-shapes. And it's now going to create a file for you to share with other customers. This is the file. So you now have a table ready to share from others. Close this back out. When we're exporting out this revised file, we'll just export it. You want to create a backup? Yes, I do. Let me go and move the screen over. Let's just grab this so you can see what's going on. And you'll see here now we're going to go ahead and create. You can create this name for any name you want, any language, whatever it fits your needs on your computer. Click yes, we want to create a backup. And doesn't exist, you want to create one? Yes, we do. Folder's now been created. I'll show you that here in a second. And at that point, we have gone and created the exported document. And guess we now go back and re-edit. So I go in here, you'll now see we have a backup file, and it's also time-stamped with the information as well too for reuse. So now let's come back in here and handle the, you can see right here, we now have updated this. So we now have BM shown for the ones that we've selected. Now let's do the next thing here, which is create a default type catalog. So we have right now nothing selected, which means we're going to pick the very top one and turn that into a default type catalog. So we'll come back to our export data and we'll go ahead and create the catalog. I'm going to name my product default and give it a name called single. That's done. So now we have a default type catalog that's been generated. Here it is. Here's the information, just called default. And it's one of them. Now I also come back in here and create a multi-default type catalog. So let's go back in here. It allows you to do any single character you want to put in. It doesn't really matter what language, anything you want to plug in here, you can do. So I'm going to pick those for a multi-default type catalog and come back in here. Let's go ahead and just name this one here, this file format. It's multi. So you see now this is C-Shapes multi. Let's go ahead and create that file. That's done. And now we've got a file in here called multi. And here's all the ones we've selected for multi. The next item here is the ability to also create a new type catalog. So we come back in here. I'm going to go ahead and just import the name and also include the path. Let's just go and name this 2. And that could be US or France or whatever name or manufacturer name. And let's go ahead and now create a new type catalog. And that's done. So now what we've done is created a type catalog here, number 2, and here's every single element that's involved for another family. So this actually takes filtered information. So if we want to go in here and modify this into a filtered system, so maybe I only want to pick the data associated to these larger sizes. Here's that information. I'm going to have, let's just say we only have 2 of those in place. Let's go back in here. I'm going to now go ahead and call this, for reference, we'll just call this number 3. And we'll go ahead and export this file out. Do you want to make it exported as a filter table or unfiltered table? We want to filter in this case, so we'll click yes. No means everything. Yes means filtered. And now we're done. So now I come back in here and look at number 3. We now have a table to bring in, which is filtered to exactly what we want. This allows us to have the master catalog. So we can go ahead and have a catalog of thousands, millions of parts in there. And at this point, be able to import in only what we want, filter a table down by dates, and then or by manufacturer or any other historical information we want to have, and then push the data back out accordingly. So we're able to now keep actually historical tracking of all of our data for all of our type catalogs. The next feature in here too is we only have the C-Shapes. Let's go and create a new file with a new type catalog. So we're going to come down here and check this box here for a new family. And we're going to now go and call this number 4. So I'm just going to place this with number 4. And you'll see here now we're going to make a new family that was C-Shapes to C-Shapes 4. And let's go ahead and create this. And we just created a new file here for a new Revit family and it's shaped here. So if we go back here to this file, you'll now see we have this family created and the catalog also created for that particular family as what we selected in the filter. So very, very fast, robust systems. And if you want to modify anything, just click open and it'll actually open up the page accordingly as well too. So that covers the details of how to use family type and catalog editor. Thank you for watching.